सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीं अष्टादशाध्यायिनीं अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि। भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। My namaskars to you all who are listening this talk on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In the last class which was held, we had completed chapter number 9, Navamadhyayah. The name of that chapter was Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga. Now we will begin this chapter 10th, Dashamodhyayah. Its name is Vibhuti Yoga. So, the last chapter, 9th chapter, it ended with the verse Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yuktvaivam atmanam matparayanaha. So, Bhagavan is saying here these words. So, how your life can be totally filled with spiritual consciousness or God consciousness? When he is saying that man mana, mat mana, your mind be filled with me. Mat here means God. Bhagavan Krishna is saying to Arjuna, man mana. So, mana, the mind is filled, the mind of Arjuna is filled with mat means by me means here Krishna Bhagavan. So, man mana, mad bhava mad bhakto. So, be like that with such mind which is filled with me. Become my devotee. Madhyaji, yaji means you worship me. Madhyaji. Mam namaskuru. Bow down to me, make pranam to me. Mameva. Mameva eshyasi. Mameva eshyasi. Yuktva eva. Yuktva evam atmanam matparayanaha. So, in such way, yuktva, with your mind which is filled with me, which is established in this yoga, which is always in God consciousness. What does it mean? So all the time if that person, and mat parayanaha, that is, this word is very wonderful. Parayanaha. What does parayana means? Parayana means his all efforts, all his thoughts, all his initiatives, endeavors, all his efforts, they are oriented, directed towards certain thing. If some person we will say is dhana parayanaha, so he is totally money minded fellow, we will say. So all his efforts are directed toward earning money. Here mat parayanaha, that mat here when Bhagwan is saying mat means me here, so oriented towards me. Here me, Bhagwan, when he is saying, he is referring to his Godheadness, to his Godhood he is referring to. So that divine, super divine being who has incarnated in the form of Sri Krishna. Now Sri Krishna is referring to that divinity of himself. Mat parayanaha, that is Ishvara parayanaha. So if some person, if we think what does it mean, then will he be only living in temple or shrine and only doing this puja, bhajan, and say suppose Bhagavad Path or Namasmaran, only that? Rather than that, we can think it in other way. When Bhagwan is saying, when he spoke about this Raja Vidya Rajaguhya Yoga, he is unleashing that divinity, that spirituality from within the confines and spreading it broadcast, making it universal. It starts with this idea that he is Tattva. People misunderstand him as the person, not to confine him to limitations, and that he is everywhere. The ideas from the 7th chapter, again they were took up by Bhagwan in the 9th chapter, that he has become everything, he is that principle. So idea here is Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto, meaning that he is everywhere. Recognize that divinity. This is what exactly when Sri Ramakrishna said to Narendranath, Shiva Bhave Jiva Seva, that Shiva is present everywhere, to recognize this fact. The same idea here, the worshipping Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mame Vaishyasi Yuktvaivam Atmanam Matparayanaha. So being oriented towards God, so Bhagwan is saying that let your mind be filled with me. Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, become my devotee. And Madhyaji, worship me. Namaskuru, bow down to me, offer pranams to me. One interesting thing of bhakti I tell you. This is essential. This is many a time it is observed in the life of incarnations of God. This thing is observed. One great example I tell you. So you might remember Hanuman was when he was struck by the Vajra of Indra. So he felt unconscious, and then due to the prowess of his father Vayu, so everybody has to surrender, and then everybody blessed him with lot of powers. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and Agni, Varunadi, everybody they blessed him with something or other. And they thought this is just a kid, just a boy, and he has been given so much power. So, what to do? Then Brahmaji, or I do not recall now, they put a counter clause therein that he will not remember these powers of his. He will not remember that he has these powers unless somebody reminds him of that. Unless somebody reminds him of that. So, when they were at the borders of this in the south, the ocean, and ocean was to be crossed, so only Jamwan knew that he is blessed with such power. Only Hanuman can cross the ocean. So then he starts praising Hanuman, and then he is reminded of his power, and then he takes that big leap to cross the ocean, to go to the island of the Lanka. Now, this is whenever incarnation has come on the earth, so there is a general divinity, a great character which they always carry, and there are moments when they are reminded of their super divine nature, and they go into ecstasy or go into high spiritual mood, including this state of Bhagavan Sri Krishna when he is on the battlefield, when he is speaking. I have earlier also in this class I have referred to this, how Krishna's thoughts, they are like going in waves. Sometimes they go very high up, then again he climbs down, and again some moment arises due to his own words what is speaking to Arjuna, and his mind soars high up. That is happening. We see that when we are studying Gita. Now, so whenever a divine form, Sri Ramakrishna's life, we see this again and again and again and again. Okay. So like when Purna Chandra Ghosh, he was one of the Ishwar Kuti devotees of Sri Ramakrishna. When he came, he was just a mere boy. Sri Ramakrishna said, if you just garland him, put some sandal paste, burn some incense, he will immediately go into samadhi with just these things. Can you imagine? So he is so high in sattva, with this little provocation, his mind will be absorbed. He will enter into samadhi. There are various instances when Sri Ramakrishna, like this Kalpataru day, when Girish Chandra Ghosh, he started praising Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna in the words that he said that whose glory even Vyasa and Valmiki could not put into words, or words enough. How can I praise him? In this way, Girish Chandra Ghosh, because he was a great poet, so in a way he put it, and as soon as Sri Ramakrishna heard these words, he immediately went into samadhi. So, my point here is to brought your attention to this idea that God is made alive by this bhakti and shraddha. By this bhakti and shraddha. So that's why it is very candid advice of Bhagavan Shri Krishna to Arjuna. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. You worship me. You offer me pranams. So, what will happen if we do? If Arjuna recognizes that divinity and calls forth and pray and bow before him, that Sri Krishna's mind will soar into it. Who would be beneficiary? Arjuna would be beneficiary. Arjuna considers him a friend. What will happen? Then Sri Krishna comes down on normal plane. Sri Krishna is his friend then. But if Arjuna calls him God, then he becomes God. So, in devotion, this part is therefore very essential. That how does the devotee, somebody in the Western literature, so this line comes that beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. This is the line. It is very true of devotion. So when there are such, so especially not only there are when these incarnations are there alive in their physical form, but also if you go to temple, so your devotion matters. Your Shraddha matters. Whether how do you see the one you are seeing. Most of the time, people are oblivious. They are not mindful that they are seeing someone. You are unmindful that you are in the presence of someone. Forget about it being conscious or it being divine. You simply walk in like you are walking in so many other rooms. You go do see, and your whole heart, that is not in its right place. You are not looking well enough. You are not looking well enough. You are not aware, you are not reminding yourself of this fact. So this is essential. So if you do this, so if God can become alive in flesh, He can become alive in stone also. There is no problem. There is no limitation to Him. So you must have sufficient conviction and faith. So forget about how it becomes living. So this is how the devotion is to be practiced. So being aware of the consciousness of that presence of God in everywhere, every being. So that's why all the time you are worshipping Him, you are offering pranams to Him, and then yuktva evam yuktva evam dads. Right? So I thought there are two eva, mam eva and yuktva eva. That's why I was looking for it. Where it has gone. It is there. So yuktva, in this way become yuktva. That means yogastha. I have explained this word. Yuktva means yogastha. That you are established in yoga. Then in this way Yoga means in communion with the divine, not material. This is important. Then only it would be called yuktva. Okay? Your action will not decide whether you are yuktva or not. Your action will not decide your idea whether you are in communion, whether that consciousness is matparayana. Your mind is matparayana, Ishvara parayana. It is indrawn and oriented toward consciousness, not material. So, you are then feeling that presence of God. You are addressing that presence of divine. And you are thus dealing, you are thus yuktva. Yuktva evam atmanam matparayanaha. Atman yuktva evam atmanam here is second case, the object case. Yuktva atmanam, atmanam yuktva. So, engaging your heart in this way, atmanam yuktva, evam, in this way, matparayanaha, you become oriented towards me. Parayana, taking me as the supreme goal, yes, directed, oriented. So this is the 34th verse. So it is to remember here when Bhagwan started this chapter, this 9th chapter as a whole, if we understand. So he comes in this 4th and 5th, 6th verses are very important. He speaks very crux of this Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga, that the principles, how and principle and in particular and in person, in name and form and beyond name and form, how these both things he are there and how he manifests himself in those things. And then he go on elaborating this idea. In the conclusion, in the end part, he comes and he speaks in a very exalted mood about the bhakti. So these various verses, but as I said to you, this, if bhakti is to be understood, it starts with this principle, it starts with the tattva. It is not to be mistaken. So this is not to be misunderstood, because he is cautioning you not to understand him as a something with the name and form, Vyakti. Do not mix. He is always that supreme being. So when we are doing bhakti, so this is the idea. Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru, when he is saying, this is the idea. We are not worshipping the name and form. We are worshipping the divine itself through that name and form. So now this Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga, here this is a very beautiful chapter, 9th chapter, 7th chapter and 9th chapter. It is just as good as 4th, 5th, 6th chapter, this 7th chapter and 9th chapter. So it's very important and must be paid very good attention to it. Now in the 10th chapter, now what is the first verse? What Bhagwan is saying? You understand now the mood of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. What he is saying? Shri Bhagwan Uvacha, he said, Bhagwan the Lord said that Bhuya eva Mahabaho Shrunu me Paramam Vachah Yat Teham Priyamanaya Vakshami Hita Kamyaya. So Bhuya means again, and Eva means again. So Bhuya means repeating. So he is repeating Bhuya eva, indeed. Eva means indeed, verily. So again you listen, He Mahabaho, mighty arm one, Shrunu, listen. Me means mine, of Paramam, Vachaha, Vacha means words. The great words, Paramam Vachaha. He is saying that these words, they are indeed they are divine. That's why he is saying Paramam Vachaha. They are the ultimate truth. And to you, te aham priyamanaya. So one who has been endeared to me, priyamanaya, vakshyami, I will say these words, hita kamyaya, considering your hita, that is your interest, your benefit, having that at my heart, kamana, hita kangshi. So Sri Krishna is hita kami, and with such attitude, hita kamyaya, he is going to speak these words to Arjuna. So what are these words? This is, he says, I am repeating these ideas again, Arjuna, having your interest at my heart, you listen this ultimate truth. And he is saying now, Name vidu suraganaha prabhavam na maharshayah ahamadir hi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashah. That, listen, all suraganas are these devas, Indra, Varunadi, suraganaha, these, and even these maharshis, they do not know my prabhavam na maharshi. These people do not know my prabhava. Prabhava means origin, my janma. Why does they do not know? Because there is none. That is the point. And that's why he says, aham adir hi devanam, indeed he, aham, I am adihi, I am the origin, beginning of all these, even these divine forms who are not human, superhuman, Indra, Varunadi. So even these people, I have nobody superior to me, because I am the supreme most, Devanam Maharshinam ja Sarvashah, in all respect, in every way. They all come from me, that I do not come from them. That is the point. They do not know my Prabhava, that is Janma. They do not know this, because you cannot know that, because it doesn't exist. I am not born of anything. That is the point. Do you understand this? Because Tattva, that is not product of something, that's why it is called as Aja, Aja Shashvatoyam Purana. And in that verse again and again I quote you, 6th verse from 4th chapter, Ajo api san avyayatma, Aja api san. So Aja means Ajanma, which is never born, meaning that it will never die, meaning that it is not product of anything, meaning that it is simple, meaning that it is one without second, meaning that it is avikari, akshaya, it is immutable, it is ananta, so etc. etc. These ideas comes from the very nature of that principle, that tattva, that Satchidananda Brahma, I am that. So you do not know these people, even the greatest of greatest, so to say, for the worldly sense of the term, or even the spiritual sense of the term, that they do not know my Prabhava, means like who are my father and mother? Nobody, because there is none. I am the one, I am the origin of everything. That is the idea. Now, Yo mam ajamanadim cha. Yo mam ajam anadim cha. Which is, this is now third verse. See, he is repeating that idea. Mam, to me, who is ajam, who is never born, anadim, who is beginningless, and the great Lord of all worlds, that this loka, that loka, Prithvi loka, Dyuti loka, then seven swarga, seven narakas, etc., etc., everything. So all different lokas, whatever the parallel universe might be existing, what they are saying, yo mam ajam anadim cha vetti loka maheshwaram. So the person who knows me in this way, asammudha, that person is clearly having no confusion, no moha, that his mudhata is gone. He is established in sattva. Asammudha, that is the word. So there is no moha, that is, he is established in sattva. Asammudha samarteshu, even in the mortal beings, that person has clearest of knowledge. And that person, though being mortal, he will be freed from all sins. Sarva papaihi pramuchyate. He will be prakarshena muchyate. He will attain moksha. He will be freed from all sins. All sins means what? The most important sin is ajnana, thinking yourself something separate from the divine. This is the primary sin, primary error, or primary ajnana, and with which proceeds everything. Okay, with that. So only one sin we can consider is this, that this illusion of separateness, of dvandva, or of dvaita. This dvaita is the primary error, primary confusion, primary illusion, with which you consider yourself separate something from existing, something else from the divine, that you are separate from something else. So ananta, advaita, where dvaita is, this illusion is obliterated, removed, and then there is no confusion what exists, and you are one with it. So that alone, that knowledge will remove all your sins. So no karma, good or bad done, will stick to you. All will dissolve as if it never existed. So sarva papaihi pramuchyate, that in this way one who sees the consciousness, which is not something which is born, not something which has some origin, and it is the one thing which rules all states of material, sarva loka maheshwaram. And one who sees this, and what one, if somebody sees him like that, what he will see? He will also see that he also does not exist separate from that consciousness, that godhood, that godhead. He does not exist apart from it, that everything is a part and being of that one infinite consciousness. And once that is done, what will happen? That person is of the clearest understanding. He is asammudha, and then that person will be freed of all his karmas, all good or bad karmas. Sarva papaihi pramuchyate. So whatever proceeds from the ignorance, good and bad, everything is papa. So everything materialistic, materially oriented, everything is papa. what to stick to, why to praise one and why to denounce something else. Only what is spiritually oriented, what is liberating, what is emancipating, that alone is punya. So you will immediately, everything will fall off as if it never existed as soon as you are established in this knowledge. Hold on to this knowledge and nothing will stick to you. So this Advaita, you, as soon as you realize that, so nothing sticks to it, this is the true import of devotion. This is the true import of bhakti. This is how bhakti is to be understood. When I am calling, O Lord, my beloved Krishna, you are nothing but reminding yourself or establishing yourself, your heart, yuktva evam atmanam, atmanam, your heart, your mind, in evam, in this way, yuktva, matparana, you are establishing your heart in that divine consciousness. This is what you are doing. So you are saying Krishna, Rama, Durga, Shiva, Shankara, whatever may be, to your choice. Okay. So this is the import of devotion. Okay, so we will conclude here because we cannot proceed further. Aarti is at 6:10. We will close here, and now these beautiful verses lies ahead. We will see these in our next class. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. At the last moment, one elderly gentleman came. That's why I got late. So he came from Khar. So he took some time.